which will generate. Oh, my internet speed is good. I don't know what is wrong. Okay, I think Cloudflare is again. Cool. So, I suppose the time has come to implement get. Hmm. Maybe that's the maybe it is not required honestly. So ah, I suppose why my stream was taken down is because I played some music which Spotify says that it's not copyright, but it's copyrighted. Because I faced the same issue before also. So let me check once. Uh, uh, and this is pretty fucking dumb. But okay. Why did you take down my stream, buddy? Can you tell me? For just the analytics. What's the stream have? It doesn't say anything, which is very weird. Anyways, coming back to the point, right? So we made some good progress in here where we were able to do the put operation, right? So here, what do we see? At put makes a new entry in the hash table. If key is already found, it overrides the existing value with the new one. Quality check is done using the equal function passed during the initialization of the table. Maybe we can create a context which has all this information, but maybe we don't have to do it. So I don't know. Let's play some more music, but not definitely this. It clearly says no copyright, no copyright, but it's still somehow copyrighted. But it's fucking dumb. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna play some music for which I never face an issue. I'm gonna play that. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna have to do get and see that everything is working fine. Okay. So what do? We kind of do the same thing again. So I feel we can copy paste this code a bit, a tiny bit. Okay. So maybe we can extract it to a separate function, things like that. Okay. Blah blah blah. Okay. So here, if bucket is crazy work bro. Why is it crazy? Why is it crazy? I'm just trying to learn C. I have 10 years of experience in software dev, but I don't have any C experience, and I want to learn C because it's the ultimate low-level stuff. So that's why I want to learn C. So even after working for 10 years with enterprise, I feel like this is more fun, honestly. So that's why I'm just learning. And the easiest thing to do is just build some data structures, at least in the start, and then you can go from there. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Hope you have some fun. Where are you joining from? Is it too late for... so I'm from India. It's very late for me. It's already 1:30 in the night. But I slept in the evening, so now I'm streaming. Yeah. Where are you from? Thank you for joining. So if this is this, I am straight up gonna return me too from India. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so return the same. So what keeps you up in the night on a Saturday night? I'm a student from Kalinga. Oh. I know a student, well, you're a current student from Kalinga, but my colleagues are from Kalinga, so yeah. What are you doing? You're studying or you're chilling or you're partying? I'm hoping you're partying. There's no exams coming. Oh, it is exam time, right? I don't remember. It's been 10 years that I got out of college. Okay. Let's do main.c. So in here, printf value for hello is cu new line hash get so you have to pass in the hash table. You have to say hello. Can you just so world is I'm pursuing CSC with a specialized in AIML. Oh, awesome. So that makes sense. So remove that. Okay, which college you're from? I passed from Techno India College of Technology. It's a college from West Bengal under the Techno University, if you know. Well, when I was in college, that time we had West Bengal University of Technology. Now it's an I don't know what it's said, but it's basically a self-accredited college right now, but a university right now. But I passed from West Bengal University of Technology almost 11 years back, actually. 11 years back, 2014, I did pass out. So now, if I say main, sure. Sorry. But it fucking works. It fucking works. Look at that. Look at that code. It works. And also, since the last stream, we also did the same thing. But now we have an STB style header library which can be used which can be used in multiple cases, right? So I can have examples to show how things are done. Well, the ultimate goal is right now that the key is a character, the key is a string, and the frequency is an unsigned long number. But the ultimate goal is to have something like void star, so it's a more generic thing. You don't have generics in C, but yeah, the goal is in that way. So let's see. Cool. So now let's do documentation of this. So how's your college thing going? How's AIML? Okay, so now at get returns the value stored against the if he is not present, it returns 0 for now. We can say to do. If he is not present, return null once the once we migrate this, once we support generates. But this also tells me one thing. What is the thing that we need to understand in here? So one of the things we have to understand is I feel we have to say in here, do we need support for nullity? Do we need to support null values? Because in get we expect to return null if value is not present. How do we get around without exceptions or errors? So let's see. We have evict. Okay, we have evict. That's pretty cool. Oh. Okay. For evict now, I feel how we can do this is at evict removes the key if found. Okay. So now I feel you do the same again. Well, not technically this thing. I now need the previous because I'm gonna, sorry. Yeah, I now need the previous one because now I want to unchain it in case it's required. So this is what it is, right? So if bucket is null, return null. If it is not, what do we do? So there are a couple of things here. There are a couple of things here. Can be the bucket. So there are a couple of things in here. First case is if single bucket. If bucket is tail. If bucket is head. If bucket in middle. So how do we know it's a single bucket? If previous equals null and bucket next equals null, it has to be a single bucket. In this particular case, we can simply say ht entries of index is equal to null. You can just say that. All right. Right. Correct. Okay. So we also have to free the memory, but we can do that later, I suppose. Else if, so let's do bucket is tail. So at this point, we already know that previous is not null, so it means it has to be something, right? So if bucket next equal to null, we can simply say previous next equals to null. Okay. Else if so now we're at two things, right? Now it can be the head, it can also be the in the middle. So we can simply say else. First, we can say that if previous is null, okay. Previous next is equal to bucket next. And in here, ht size minus minus. Do we do a plus plus in here? Yeah. Yeah, we do. Okay. So now, one of the things I feel we can do check here is printf size of table is cu ht size. Now we evict this thing, so ht evict. Oh, sorry. We have a hash table. Let's remove hello, and now we can do this now. Right. So I can just do make, okay, ht evict because it's hat evict. My bad. Because I am wrong. ht buckets. So here, index. Okay. Return mismatch. Oh, okay. Cool. And if I run this, well, I have to run main. So we finally wrote 144 lines of C code which works. That is a good achievement, I would say. Taking into consideration, I coded in C back 15 years, or not 15 years, sorry, 12 years, something like that. And I never coded in C back again. So I would say it's a good one. We learned quite a bit. We learned all the C standard library methods. Not all, well, whatever is required, we learned those. We also do a string duplicate, but it never actually. I don't know. We never do. No, we do a duplicate, right? str dup. Yeah, we do that. It never actually complained because it's coming from here. But this is something that we cannot do because I want to do mem copy. I want to do mem copy. I want to do mem copy, which also means that put should have n. Put should have n because I need to know what is the size. Yeah, so the API's couple of things has to be changed, and as far as I know, if I just open this up here, it will have an issue because so if I just say hats age, it will have an issue in here because of this. So if I just go ahead and delete this, you will have an issue. But that's fine. Yeah. Hi भैया जी. Hello Sahil. How are you doing? कैसे हैं आप? So I usually try to keep the conversation in English so that uh, trying to be like okay, because mostly I'm guessing people here would be English speaking. But yeah, awesome. What are you doing so late? What are you doing so late? This is already done, and in here, I also want to show one thing. So I think final grind mean. It's failing again. I don't know why. I am a Hindi medium student. No problem. No problem. Do you understand like what I'm saying, or you want me to speak in Hindi? Uh, check leak equals full. The current file descriptor is 1024. What is wrong with this thing? I need to first English speak. Okay. So one thing, एक चीज मैं बता दूंगा. I'll just stop the music for a bit. Okay. आप करते क्या? आप कॉलेज में हैं, आप स्कूल में हैं, आप जॉब करते हैं, आप क्या करते हैं? So I'm just speaking in Hindi. If anyone else is watching me, I'm just speaking in Hindi because I'm not sure कि Sahil Verma how much English he understands or what it is, but I want to say something. So he says that he's from a Hindi medium school right now, and he has come to college where I'm sure English is being taught, and it looks like his English is not strong. So I want to tell him something. So I'm just like speaking in Hindi right now. So please don't get offended if I'm not using it. तो आपका इंग्लिश कैसे है? मुझे नहीं पता कैसे है. बीटेक फर्स्ट ईयर. ओके. तो आप हिंदी मीडियम से पढ़े हैं, तो आपको इंग्लिश समझ में तो आती है क्योंकि मैं इंग्लिश में बोल रहा हूँ और आप रिप्लाई कर रहे हैं, राइट? मैं कॉलेज पास किया 10-12 साल पहले. ओके, 10 साल 11 साल पहले एक्चुअली. एंड मेरी हिंदी भी बहुत ख़राब है क्योंकि वेरी बैड. ओके, मेरी हिंदी ख़राब है क्योंकि मैं बंगाल से हूँ, तो हिंदी मेरा मदर टंग है नहीं. ओके. मैं हिंदी सीखा हूँ जब मैं फर्स्ट जॉब ज्वाइन किया. मेरे साथ बहुत सारे दिल्ली के फ्रेंड्स थे, तो उनसे मैं ज़्यादा हिंदी सीखा हूँ. और मैं इंग्लिश में जब बात करता हूँ वो लोग मुझ पे हंसते थे, क्या वह इंग्लिश में बात कौन करता है, ऐसे. तो बट एनीवेज, तो मेरी हिंदी वर्ड्स शायद करेक्ट हो ना हो, बट होपफुली यूल अंडरस्टैंड. ओके. तो एक चीज़ मैं बताऊंगा. आप कंप्यूटर साइंस पढ़ रहे हैं एंड आगे जाके वेल कोई भी इंजीनियरिंग करो, मोस्टली सब आईटी में ही जाते हैं, बट आप भी वैसे ही जाना चाहते हैं. आप कंप्यूटर साइंस में हैं अभी, आगे जाके. यस. ओके. तो हर एक जॉब में इंग्लिश ही चलेगी, ठीक है. एंड कितना भी आपका कोडिंग अच्छा हो जाए, कितना भी आपका डिज़ाइन अच्छा हो जाए, कितना भी आप फालतू कुछ कर दो, जब तक आप आपके कंपनी खुद नहीं खोल रहे हो, किसी और की कंपनी में काम करना पड़ेगा पैसे के लिए. सिंपल है, राइट? और उसके लिए आपको चाहिए इंग्लिश, क्योंकि वहाँ पे सब इंग्लिश में बात करेंगे, एंड मेनली वहाँ पे फॉरेनर्स भी होंगे जो आपके साथ काम करेंगे, तो आपको इंग्लिश में ही बात करनी होगी. आपका फर्स्ट ईयर है, तो बहुत ही अच्छी बात है कि आप फर्स्ट ईयर में, मतलब आई डोंट नो कोई और बोला है कि नहीं, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, आप आपके इंग्लिश पे काम कीजिए. और कोई अगर बोले क्लास लगा ले, कोई अगर बोले पैसे देके क्लास लगा ले, चूतिया है वो, ठीक है. मुझे नहीं पता. व्हेन आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश मे बी पीपल से दैट आई हैव एन एक्सेंट, एंड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल टोल्ड मी ऑन चैट ऑल्सो दैट व्हाई डू यू हैव एन एक्सेंट. तो इसको फेक लगता है. आपको भी लग रहा है कि मेरा मेरा एक्सेंट है? व्हेन आई स्पीक इन इंग्लिश आप मेरा कोई एक्सेंट है? मेरा एक्सेंट है, आपको लग रहा है? मुझे लगता है आपको लगेगा, क्योंकि वो एक्सेंट आया है. मैं इंग्लिश मूवीज बहुत देखता था और उसको बोलता रहता था मिरर के सामने. नो, ओके। एनीवे, बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कि एक्सेंट है, ऐसे लग रहा है कि बाहर के लोग बात कर रहा है, तो फेक कर रहा हूँ, बट नो। मैं इंग्लिश मूवीज बहुत देखता था, मैं इंग्लिश मीडियम से भी पढ़ा हूँ, तो वो तो फायदा है। बट अगर आप नहीं पढ़े हो और अगर आपका इंग्लिश वीक है, मैं बोलूँगा वो क्लास वास मत लगाओ। वो क्लास वास मत लगाओ। क्लास तब लगाओ जब बहुत एकदम एंड स्टेज है और आप फिर भी मतलब खुद से कर नहीं पाए। 1 साल बचा है या 2 साल बचा है, तो 1 साल आप ना ये यूट्यूब में इंग्लिश वीडियोस देखो। इंग्लिश वीडियोस देखो। वो चैट जीपीटी को पूछो कि इसका क्या मीनिंग है, हिंदी में बता, मीनिंग बता इसका। गूगल में जाके देखो ये वर्ड को प्रोनाउंस कैसे करें। बहुत ईजी है। ठीक है, बहुत ईजी है। अगर मैं गूगल में जाता हूँ, हाउ टू प्रोनाउंस वर्ड हेलो, मुझे हेलो कैसे बोलना नहीं आता है, राइट। देखो ऐसे वो, तुम जस्ट सर्च करो प्रोनाउंस कैसे करें।
हेलो।
सुनाई दे रहा होगा।
हेलो।
ठीक है। तो इंग्लिश को बढ़िया कर लो, क्योंकि क्या है ना कि तुम कोई भी इंटरव्यू में जाओगे, तुम्हें इंग्लिश में ही बोलना पड़ेगा। अब मुझे नहीं लगता है कि लैंग्वेज का कोई प्रॉब्लम होना चाहिए। जैसे तुम्हें हिंदी आती है, तुम्हें इंग्लिश नहीं आती है, तो तुम अगर बात करो और मुझे समझ नहीं आता है हिंदी, और तुम्हें इंग्लिश समझ नहीं आता है, फिर भी हम दोनों अगर स्मार्ट बंदे हैं ना, हम इशारों इशारों में बात कर लेंगे। बट सैडली क्या है ना, दुनिया में लोगों को लगता है कि इंग्लिश अगर नहीं आती तो फिर वो अब दुनिया का प्रॉब्लम है, तुम कुछ कर नहीं सकते। बट इन जनरल जॉब के लिए इंग्लिश चाहिए, उसका हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते, राइट। तो वर्क ऑन दैट। एंड कोई भी अगर बोले क्लास लगा दे, पैसे मत खर्चो। यूट्यूब पे जाओ और इंग्लिश वीडियोस देखो। कोई भी इंग्लिश न्यूज़ देखो, इंग्लिश कोई मूवी का सीन कट जो आता है, राइट, वो देखो। फालतू वीडियोस मत देखो। एक्चुअल मूवीज के एक्चुअल न्यूज़ चैनल देखो, उसमें प्रॉपर इंग्लिश बोलेंगे। एंड अगर कुछ समझ नहीं आता है, उसका सबटाइटल ऑन करो, वो जो लिख के आता है वो गूगल में टाइप करो, चैट जीपीटी में टाइप करो और उसको बोलो कि बता इसका मीनिंग क्या है, ये बता। प्रोनाउंसिएशन कोई वर्ड का नहीं आता है ऐसे। और लोग तुम पे हंस सकते हैं, ठीक है। कि भाई तू कोशिश कर रहा है इंग्लिश में बात करने की, लोग हंस सकता है। लोगों की माँ की चूत। ठीक है, सीधे बोल देना लोगों की माँ की चूत। जो हंसता है ना, वो 4 साल बाद वो वही रह जाएगा, तुम हंसोगे उस पर। तो अगर कोई भी हंसे तुम पे कि तुम खुद से, जैसे खुद से बात करो, आईने के सामने खड़े होकर खुद से बात करो। वो अगर देख के दोस्त हंसते हैं, हंसने दो, वो बेवकूफ़ है। क्योंकि ट्रस्ट मी, 3-4 साल बाद यू विल बी अहेड, दे विल बी बिहाइंड, फॉर श्योर। ठीक है। एक एग्जांपल है, मेरा ही फ्रेंड था। अब मैं भी इंग्लिश मूवीज देखता था, इंग्लिश में ये करता था। मेरा एक फ्रेंड था, वो और ज़्यादा एक्सेंट और ज़्यादा एक्सेंट प्रैक्टिस करता था, मेरे से बहुत ज़्यादा बेटर है वो इंग्लिश में। और जर्मन बोलता था, और शीशे के सामने आके और वो भयंकर एक्सेंट मारता था, मैं व्हाट्सअप है वो ऐसे करके बात करता था। तो हम दोस्त सारे उसके ऊपर हंसते थे और मैं भी हंसता था। वो तो मेरे स्कूल का फ्रेंड है, बहुत पुराना दोस्त, बट कॉलेज में बहुत ज़्यादा हंसते थे लोग उस पर कि फेक है, दिखाता है। हम सारे यहाँ का यहाँ रह गए, मतलब जितने भी सारे दोस्त उसके ऊपर हंसते थे, हम यहाँ का यहाँ रह गए। वो अभी यूरोप में जॉब करता है। कॉलेज के छोड़ने के 2 साल बाद उसने यूरोप में जॉब लिया, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग में। अभी स्विट्जरलैंड में काम कर रहा है। 2 साल बाद बेल्जियम में ज्वाइन किया, 3 साल बाद फिर कहीं और जॉब किया। ठीक है। तो हम चूतिया रह गए और वो उसने फाड़ दिया। हमने उसके ऊपर हंसा, उसको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ा। बोला हंस, आज जाके वो इतना पैसा कमा रहा है। ठीक है। और हमें बोल रहा है माचुदा। तो हमेशा याद याद रखना, वो सामने वाला हंसेंगे, तुम्हें फाड़ना है। तो माई सजेशन वुड बी प्रैक्टिस इंग्लिश, लर्न इंग्लिश, बट ऑल्सो लाइक डोंट लेट एनीवन लाफ ऑन यू और टेल यू कि हाँ तू ऐसे क्यों प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, कभी नहीं करना। कूल। आई होप, आई डोंट नो इफ इट हेल्प्स यू और नॉट। और अगर आपको किसी ने अभी ऐसे नहीं बताया हो, आई होप सो इट हेल्प्स यू। ओके, so we also have to free the bucket, by the way. We also have to free the bucket.
just come. We must never stop the way. Birds jumping and I hear my name, gasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a roll.
Neat allocations, blah blah blah. So I think we want to do a leak check. Cool. Okay.
Light is gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land.
Hash 3.
Let's go back to when we were young.
Removes all keys.
Let's go back to when
Empties the hash table
kids across the
and reads the memory.
Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone.
Table owns the key
The beauty of the world.
and the value and does free it.
Savannah, I'm coming. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a roll. Savannah,
Void hash 3
Savannah,
hash
we'll never be alone.
table h. Well, first we have to fix things here, right? We have to first fix things here. तो यहाँ पे क्या करना है कि what do we do here? We have to free up the key that we first did, right? So bucket key free this. And then you have to also free the bucket. So let's make again. Let's unuse, that's fine. Okay, so definitely one freeze. Three freeze, okay. Number of bytes became less. That's one thing, which is good. Okay, so now we have to also free the memory in here. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do, right? So we have to iterate for size t. I is 0. I less than I less than HG capacity. I plus. So you will have the buckets there. So HG buckets of I. It would be this. Now we have to go one by one and free it, right? So while bucket not equals null. So first thing we do is free the bucket key. That's one thing that we do. After we do that, we want to also free the bucket, right? But in here, the problem is now I cannot access the next. So bucket next equals bucket equals next. Okay. And once everything is done, we also want to free HT in itself. Free HT buckets. 84. But we free it in here, right? Why is it saying that definitely lost 6 bytes?
Messing with my head again. You had your heart set on me, but these feels they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me why
Okay, we're gonna make a quick break and then we are gonna be back.
breaking down my walls again, just to set me free. Why do I, baby? Why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby? Why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby? Why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby? Why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away, and I fucking love how it hurts. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby?
we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Okay, we are back. And what I want to do is, I want to understand why on freaking earth is Valorant saying that I still definitely lost 6 bytes in main 24. Here. Because I think I understand why. Yeah. And I believe we can even yeah, now it should be cool. So we came to a point when we are not. So did anyone understand what, like, why why this was a memory? Because previously I was allocating it before checking if this is null. So if it's not null, so I never do anything with the key because the key is already stored. So why do I have to do allocation in here? So that was the issue. And AGLLO is 5 bytes and a null terminated one, so that is why it was saying 6 bytes. Cool. So now I think now we are good, and this is a good enough thing to work with. Good enough thing to work with. But now we have to start working with generics. We don't want to make things key and value anymore. So I suppose in here, I would say it's a void key. A void value. Right. This can be a context, I believe. So I'm going to delete the comments for now. I'm going to delete the comments for now. And here, I'm going to say void star. Void star. Void start. Okay. So now in here, this is fine, I suppose. We can simply say key is equal to character star. Okay. And so can we do it here? Well, one of the things I feel we have to do is size n. The reason behind that, do we do it here or yeah, because memcopy takes the size. So it takes the destination, it takes the source and the size. So we need to do this. So we need that sizing. But do we need it for the hash? Is the question. I suppose we do. So in here, Mm, Here I'm going to size G. Well, of course, we need to change these guys. Size B1, void start with size G and 2. Okay. So here, what do we have? This is fine. So now in put, we also have the size included. Okay. We also have the size included in here. Okay. But we just cannot simply hash it in that way. Also, because now we can say this, or we can say this, and in here, instead of this, we can say it's memory copy. So we have to allocate the buffers, right? Malloc. So I have to say size of HT buckets how do we get this size? Well, we can simply say n. And in here, void start memory is this. And how do you do it? You first say it's the destination. So destination, the source is the key, and the size is it. I suppose you need to do it in this way. Hopefully that is the correct way to do it, right? So this also now needs to be void start and size be n. Okay. So you have to pass an n in here. Maybe we can store the size. We do use a little bit more. Well, we don't need that. We can check it in here. Okay. So now, what we can do here is that. So we already did put. So right now we are doing a get. It won't be an unsigned long. It would be a void star now. It would be a void. Well, it's always a pointer because you can then do a type bunny and stuff like that, right? Sorry. So here you would say size of bucket p and key and n. And if this is equal, it's supposed to break. If not, what the fuck is a frequency? Value. Because value is also a pointer. Yeah, okay. Value is also a pointer. Okay. This feels correct. Now in here, so we have to say void star size n. So n. So you try to get this, you get it equal. So we have to again do the same thing. Size of bucket p and n do that. Okay, so you do that. Bucket next, blah 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 blah. Okay, so in here, I will also just read the value. Not quite sure if we need to do that. We do this. Most likely yes, because because yeah, one thing here is that this is not the correct thing. So here the value, and this again would be a void star value now. So this value also needs to have a size. So let's call it n2. This is n1. So you can say n1 in here. And oh, we didn't make a change here. Size of bucket key, and here is n1. Okay, so we do the allocation for storing the value, storing the key. Okay. So here is one thing. I suppose we cannot just do the same here, because I always don't want to allocate extra memory, right? I always don't want to allocate extra memory, do we? I suppose we can. I suppose we can. I suppose we can. So in here, we can now say mem copy value. Well, we need the buffer in here. So memory is well, it's always void start. So malloc n2 from value and n2. I suppose that's how you do that. But the problem here is we are leaking a little bit of memory of the previous value. You're leaking a little bit of the previous value. So, but what we can do in here is free, because right now the bucket is not empty. So I can say whatever bucket you have of that value, can you just free that? I suppose that's how you do that. I'm not quite sure. I hope that is correct. I hope that is correct. Okay. Okay. So we go here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But we also need to fix the things in here. So you have the key value, bucket next. You have the buckets. You have sub capacity in here, and then you have this. Okay, this is a hash table. So key size, okay. So size t. This here, well, this here needs to be fixed. Void start e n1. So here you have to say void star value and size t n2 in here. So let's remove this stuff. Well, not that, I suppose, because of the to do. Let's remove this void star, and in here has to be a void e size n and evict is also the same thing, void star e size n. I suppose this is correct. So let's see if So, if I just delete everything in here, size t n1, size t two, and str and cpy and compare something. Yeah, so okay. So here itself, we can say this. Awesome. In hat code, yes, this has to be n1. This has to be n2. What just happened? Okay. Okay, so somewhere I said BT value. Why is my computer hanging? My CPU is good. There's no issues with CPU. Okay. This particular buffer is gone. I don't know what is up. So okay, hash table has nothing called value. What? So where is it? Line number 88. Aha, aha, aha. Yeah. Sorry. So this has to be bucket. Okay, everything's a warning, but yeah, there's an error in main because now in here it has to be SPR. Has to be this. Okay. Okay. So what exactly is the issue here? Dereferencing void start, but I just did a cast, didn't I? Ah, I know what is the issue. So, str, and here it is str. Okay. Well, this is something wrong in here. So what we can do is my bad. Let's see this. Okay, hash table is unused and size 2 is unused. So we can say if n1 not equal to n2, uh, return 1. You can simply say n1 minus n2. That would be better. Hash table is not used. That's the only thing. Okay. So if I say now main, it works fine. But now is the main question. Right? Sorry. We say hash coach. In here, we have to say ht. Then we have to say the key. So the key here is hello. The size here is str length. Hello. Well, that's fine, I suppose, for now. Okay. The value is going to be 9, and it's going to be size of int. Let's just say that. Does this work? No. Of course, because this is wrong. So let's call it key 1. This hello. And so let's say unsigned long value 1 is 9.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now.
So let's just say key 1 str len of key 1. Then you can have value 1 and size of value. How do we do this? I don't quite know. Segmentation font. Okay, so maybe gf2 main. So here we have to say break main. Step into this, and it already seg false, I suppose. Okay, so this is wrong. How do we pass? How do we pass and unsigned value as a pointer in C? Yeah, what's the issue? Where's the code? Where's my code? I think this is wrong. So segprocs.
I was looking into darkness for something to hold on. Found you when you were so broken. Felt something was wrong. I think I'm in love, 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 I'm in love with you.
Makes sense. So I'm an idiot. Because I have to just pass in the pointer. The address. Look at that, it works. Now, if I say add get of table t1 as your length 1, and I would get a void star, but unsigned long. An unsigned long pointer. Unsigned long value is this printf. The value for p is s, value is p. So now, this is a pointer, so this is p1, and this is a pointer to currently reference it. Well, what is this v? Okay. LD? No. Wait a second. I have I think I fucked up this thing in here. So it returns a void star at get. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did not. So there's a problem in here where, okay, let's do this thing where I just do this, and here I don't do anything. Unused variables, yes, it works without any crashes. So what I'm making a mistake here is that how do I convert this guy to an unsigned this thing, right? So this here is a pointer. How do you dereference this guy like this? And then you say this is an unsigned. I'm guessing this is how you do it. And then you can say printf p is gonna be s, value is gonna be, I think it's ld, I'm not sure. And this is the key. This is this, and I think this is how you do it. Motherfucker. Key undeclared, okay, so that is understandable because it's key 1. Invalid use of void expression. What does it even mean? I'm not even sure what it means. Yeah. Key equals $s, value equals LD. Well, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not here to understand this thing for now. So in here, I'm gonna say int value. How about that, bro? Still doesn't work. Do I have to? I have to wrap this like this. No, that is also not what we are looking at. What is ChatGPT saying? What are you saying, bro? Uh, if you want, design a clean ownership models for these handguards. I have no idea what this is, but yeah. Let's actually ask ChatGPT why this doesn't work, why the type class doesn't work. Type class voids. Bro, I'm first dereferencing it. Ooh, I have to do it in this way. So void star needs to always be first converted and then dereferenced because the compiler always needs to know what the fuck you're dereferencing. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? So you first have to typecast the pointer into the correct type pointer, and then you fucking dereference this guy. And just because you can do that, I'm not comfortable. I won't like this. That's fine. That's fine. So there is some stupid conversions which is happening on the other side, I suppose, and we can check that with this. So I want to break on main. I want to break on hash. So let's just run it as this. Continue. So it receives a segfault here while you're trying to print. Sorry. So V is not. Okay. Let's look at the hash table. Buckets. So you have a value at here and you have a value at here. And I remember in here you could see the memory layout, but I don't remember how. Can I look like this? How can I look into the okay, so the data storage is correct. That's not the problem. The problem is dereferencing. So if I just go to battery system, it's just in here. Okay. So when I'm getting the value, I'm interpreting it in the wrong way. Is that what you're saying? Feels like this is what you're saying. No, I'm really sleepy. It's already 3 o'clock for my time, but okay. Let's see if you can first figure out this problem. So ChatGPT lied to me. Fucking idiot, you lied to me. Okay. But I suppose one of the things we did wrong in here is that we took the size like this. We are supposed to take it like this. And it doesn't have brackets, so we are also going to remove the brackets and see if that is the issue. Okay. So that is clearly not the issue in here. The issue is something else. Okay, so if you look at this, HD buckets of 9, you have the same. Right? So let's look at B. What you got back? You got back null. Suppose that's the issue. One thing to hear is that. Okay.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for.
I don't know, something is off with my alignment. Hmm.
I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to
Okay.
keep the habit that my mind
Let's actually break that. Okay. Let's run. Well, you're here. And you go to next. And you go to next. What's the index that you pick? 9. Okay. So bucket sign is correct. Okay, so what is bucket? You have the key and the value, which is the correct in here as well. So you go to next. You. It didn't break. It should break. Why did it not break?
burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated
Because I suppose this thing in here, right? This thing in here will be replaced by the actual value itself and not the type. I feel that's what it is. And we now got still a seg fault. Okay. So let's look at the locals that you have in here. So you have this thing, okay. So n is 5. Why is it 5? Also, this code didn't actually reload. Didn't reload. So that's the problem. That's the problem. We are taking the size of the pointer. We are not really taking the size of the actual key. That's the problem, friend. How do we fix that? So what if I say size of bucket is 1. Why is it 1? Doesn't fucking make any sense. Why is it 1? Also, I have an idea. I have an idea. So I should not open in VS this thing. It just messes up the formatting. I think now one of the things we do here is Hmm. So now, whenever we do this equals, we still are stuck. Well, we are not stuck. We have to say what do we call it? Kien? Kien. Hmm. Okay. Then you have another place of this. Kien. And in here also we have to n. Hmm. Bucket T. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Now we can say Valgrind. Check. What exactly was it? Leak check. So can I just uh, sudo sorry. Okay. Because we don't do add free meal. Okay. Whatever we did in init, that is getting failed. Why? Why is there a memory? Hmm. Honestly, I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is region hat C H main. Can I say getting no types? I never actually tried that. Git ignore file types. No. Not extensions. Types. Most likely not. Anyways, make um, this in library with support for checks. Yeah, so I'm done for the night. I'm done for the night. Tomorrow again, I'm gonna be streaming, but I'm not quite sure tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be working with this. Tomorrow I will be working with this. One of the things I want to do is that we want to check on the memory leak, and the second thing is I also want to bring in another method which is HashTable has, so that you can always do something like a dot has, matlab, it's not Java, so you can always do a has to figure out if it's true or false before you actually do this thing. So that's one thing I want to do. And let's see. So tomorrow again, but in the afternoon, I will be streaming. Now I'm very, very tired, and I'm already like kind of streaming for 3 hours now. No, we are already streaming for 2 hours. I already started stream. So this is the second stream because the first stream somehow got messed up. I don't know why it stopped, but it stopped for some reason. We'll see. Maybe some copyright or something like that. But yeah, it was a very effective, productive stream. And thank you everyone for who joined. Thank you everyone for who joined and stayed till late. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you think this content is helpful, this content is inspiring, and share it with people who are interested in, working with software, learning software, and just enjoying the process of making a software work, making the machine work to your will. If you feel it's fun, if you feel it's helpful, please do join, subscribe, and share it with folks who are interested in this kind of thing. Okay, so along with that, I'm going to quickly share the GitHub repository in the chat. Do consider putting a star to it. Okay, so that's the link in the chat. Do consider putting this thing. It's also going to be on the description. So thank you so much for joining, and bye bye. You have a good night. You have a good day wherever you sign in from, and we're gonna meet soon. Bye bye.